Hi Taurus, and welcome to your November 2020 general reading. So yeah, we're in the month of Scorpio. Scorpio is your opposition sign, as you know. So it's a very interesting combination, Taurus and Scorpio. And I don't make generalizations here, but if Scorpio is about drama and complications and deep bonding, Taurus teaches us about the straightforwardness and the simplicity that we can have in life if we operate in a certain way. My North Node's in Taurus house, so I'm always trying to get away from the dramas and into straightforwardness, very realness, very authenticity. So the two Lenormands you pulled are about the house and the tree. So these are really fundamental about being in your energy. Okay, so the house is about our sense of security. It's number 4, always will be, yeah. And the tree is about our roots, the roots of life, and learning and really having your sun in Taurus is about the beauty of simplicity, just that very traditional energy it can represent, but it represents your security, your stability, and keeping everything simple and teaching about the beauty that life can be straightforward. It doesn't have to be filled with complexities, dramas, push and pull relationships, all that nonsense. Anyhow, I'm not sure where that came from, because quite a lot of people's readings up to now have been a lot of drama. Yeah, relationships based on I love you, I don't love you, and I think it's very interesting that you pulled those cards, because there's something very, very focused on Taurus principles. So let's find out what this is all about. So this is a relationship dynamic. It's about very much being authentic and grounded, not allowing people in that play with your head, that play psychological games with you, that sort of thing. So what's going on? 10 of Wands, but behind you. Love it that it's behind you. Keep walking with the Knight of Swords. So the 10 of Wands is literally about just feeling heavy, feeling oppressed. Carrying these 10 of Wands is like maybe even doing a back-breaking job. You're just exhausted, and the good news is you're leaving the cycle behind. And the Knight of Swords cycle is much more, all the air signs rule communication. Yeah, so there might be some communication coming forward. This could be a new chapter, and the old structures are beginning to break down. And the old structures are the 10 of Wands, are structures that you want to break down. I don't know if some of you have been really tired. The 10 of Wands can definitely show up as being exhausted, a little bit heavy, that sort of thing. The Knight of Swords, very light-hearted energy. It communicates very directly. No psychological games for the Knight of Swords, by the way. Mostly, sometimes he can communicate in a way that's very brutal. But if you change brutality to straightforwardness, then you're in your Taurus energy, okay? What you want is the Ace of Pentacles, and then it's underneath the 10. So the Ace of Pentacles can be about a new house. It can be about a new job. So ending this back-breaking cycle and entering into a new pathway. Love the 10 and the aces together. What's helping you get that is the 7 of Pentacles. The challenge is the Judgment card. Relationships, you've got the Queen of Cups. Money and work, you've got the King of Wands. This King of Wands has been showing up for everyone. Two of Wands at a soul level. Out come the Fool card, beautiful. Brand new start, which is very interesting. It's a starter code on the Fool. So the Fool, it's almost like New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. You know, when you feel this anticipation, the potential of walking down a new pathway. That's what the Fool card is. And what you want is the Ace of Pentacles, which means you want... this can be a bit of a new job. But remember, because you rule the earth sign, it's about wanting something tangible. So if it's a relationship, you want it to be defined and away from those psychological games. You know, you want to know what shape it's in. You want to know what it's about, what its nature is. And that's a really, really healthy thing for you to do, Taurus. And then you stay away from that mind game stuff, okay? And I'm not sure why I'm communicating that. Maybe there's some of you who needs to hear it. But I think for some of you, this is about wanting to walk down a brand new path for the Zero and the Fool, the Ace of Pentacles and the Fool. Could be relocating, moving house, changing job, starting something new. That's really, really what's desired here, and fantastic time to be doing it towards the ending before December, which is a really, really big astrological month. The gift is the Seven of Pentacles, and that's helping you get the Ace. So there might be a little bit of contemplation on what you want that Ace of Pentacles to be. So how do you want to define yourself? How do you want to give shape to the future? What do you want to be doing with your time? How do you want to be making your pentacles? What do you want your relationships to look like? There's almost a lot of deep reflection here, because the Two of Wands is at a soul level and the Seven of Pentacles is the gift. So these together with that Knight of Wands and money and work is very, very much reflecting on... I'm almost want to ask you, it's almost these very, very, very deep questions as is Taurus. Just what do you want the new chapter of your life to be like? See, sometimes we ask that question and we come up with a lot of fantasy. So I want to win the lottery is a classic example. Rather than, oh, I'd quite like to walk down this path. I'd quite like to have this sort of career when I'm doing that. That's what these questions are about. And this is about getting yourself ready for something new. And really, that is the way, the best way, and it's the way 2020 has meant to be. I'm not talking about all the tragedy, Taurus, please, because I cannot do a reading that embraces every single bit of tragedy, because I know there's been many of it. But this is your reading, and it's about you. And what this is about, it's almost this desire to create something brand new, basically. Look. And this gift of this sort of stop time is maybe so you can contemplate and make some decisions. And I can't help thinking that's a lot about what you do with your pentacles, because that King of Wands there showing up for so many people. Mars has been retrograde for so long. So Mars retrograde has asked us to redefine what we do with our life and to set it in a way that's more aligned with what we want to be in this world. That's the reason for retrogrades. Retrogrades in a birth chart have the same story. We break away from what was. We take a step back, we redefine, we reshape, and then we try and walk forward into what we truly want. And even if it's only small steps, Taurus, okay, we begin to carve a new life. Now, the challenge is just the Judgment card, and you get the Queen of Cups in your relationship. So there's a bit of a similar theme here. The Judgment card is the Rebirth card. It works with the Death card. So this is coming out of the Death card process. When we're on a Death card process, you know, we can be in a little bit of a dark night of the soul. We can be in this letting go process. And the Judgment card as a challenge would say, you're not fully there yet, but what's this Queen of Cups doing? So she's notoriously a water sign person, yeah? She might be offering her cup because it's clarified with the Page of Cups. So both, if you look at both of these cards, they're offering something. Both cards are. This is not gender specific, remember? Sometimes in personal readings they come up as the exact gender, but not always, by the way. But this is receiving or giving, making an offer or receiving an offer from someone, which you are contemplating with that Seven of Pentacles and considering with the Two of Wands. See? But why is the Judgment card the challenge then? I'm quite intrigued where that's... because the Judgment card would be saying yes, by the way, because they're coming out of a coffin and they're receiving... they're saying thank you for this offer. Thank you for all that's been received. But it's a challenge. And with the Two of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles, either they're not accepting the cup completely, or you're not sure about the offer. You're thinking about it. So the Judgment card is a challenge because the Hanging Man. Which is not far off the Seven of Pentacles. So I think some of you are receiving an offer. You're really, really, really not sure about it, by the way, with both these minor arcanas, plus the gift would be asking you to contemplate. So Taurus is about breaking all the psychological games. You know, with Scorpio can sometimes, I'm not saying we all have Scorpio, by the way, but you know, things not been clear, things not been straightforward. Maybe they're not straightforward because there's another person involved. There's something complicated about it. And maybe that's why you're not completely sure about this offer. You might be giving an offer and the person's taking time to consider it rather than jumping right in and saying yes. Because the Seven of Pentacles is, as the gift, is allowing time to unfold, not making any rash decisions, considering options, considering what exactly that you want. And if this is a relationship offer, you really, really are taking time off to consider, or the other person is. And the King of Wands in your money and work is this, King of Wands, all the Wands cards are about desire to burst forward. And what you want is the Ace. So there's something that wants to happen here. Now this King of Wands is sitting down, by the way, and he's very and I think what's happening here is the momentum's building. So the energy and the desire to birth something new. For some of you, the offer is coming to the King of Wands, so someone that you know at work. What's the King of Wands doing in money and work for Taurus? You get the Six of Wands. So there's some sort of victory here. And this victory is definitely around what you're really desiring at the moment, which is the Ace of Pentacles. The Aces always birth a new chapter. And this is either a new job, a new house, a new place of work, somewhere where you feel And the Six of Wands is a success card, and the Fool card is always a success card, because this is the starter. This is walking down a brand new path. You're not the only person to get it. It's very, very interesting. There's common themes in the reading, and I think for some of you, there's been a lot of contemplation, because we truly very often take time to answer, what do I truly want in my life? And we come up with the biggest load of nonsense, yeah? But when we get down to what Taurus is about, and what you truly, truly want, it's about authenticity. It's about moving away from mind games, and anyone who's presenting in your life that plays psychological games. Everything wants to be above board, to be straightforward, and to be real. There's definitely that theme going on in your relationships, and probably a need to pause and reflect on what these offers are about, or even if you're going to make an offer. There's some victory in what you're looking for, this Ace. So if some of you are looking for a new job, I think you'll be incredibly successful. I know it's a really bizarre time, but it's a great time for innovation. It's a great time for saying, no, I'm not going back to that oppressive old cycle. I need to find a way to start something else, because the Fool card is the brand new start, because he walks down a path that's never been walked down before. And he's released a lot of his stories. People say the Fool carries no karma. And when we carry no karma, it's only because we're no longer getting dragged into dramas that we once get dragged into. We're learning to stand in our power. We're learning to take our time to contemplate what it is we're being offered. You know, we all have a story when we've said yes too quickly. We all have done that, by the way, and we all have lived to tell the tale. That's not what you're about, by the way. You're really about allowing time to unfold, to understand what it is this offer is about. And there's something going on in your money and work. You want to start something new. You want to be this Fool card, which is ready for the brand new chapter. And this new chapter, December the 21st, is a huge date for the new to begin to be born in this world. It's all happening in Aquarius, and as you know, Uranus is in Taurus, so it's very, very much going to be about our lifestyles, how we live. You know, what is the foundations of our life? It might be about changing values. And we change values so what I truly want is actually, it's not about a Jaguar or whatever you want to call it. I want an authentic and genuine life. And only to allow people in my life that reflect it. And the irony is, there's a mystical rule that when we redefine our values according to, because remember, Taurus rules values, the universe cannot not meet them. It's when they're full of, you know, full of things that are just not relevant. Like, and I want a Jaguar, and I want this, and that will not be met. But when we get down to that true Taurus essential needs, is I want an authentic life. I want to live my life authentically, and I only want people to come into my life who mirror that. And that is the end of the conversation. That's when the universe, it's a mystical law that those needs will be satisfied. And you know what, Taurus is not? I mean, it's only the last year, maybe this year, that I've got myself down to what I essentially want in my life. Yeah. And oh my gosh, it's really, really not what I thought it was. And remember the mystical law, those needs will always be met. If they're based on genuine, heartfelt, and honest, straightforward values, which is what you represent. If there's an offer, it looks like there's a pause required before it's accepted. And vice versa, if you make that offer, there's going to almost be a non-response. I think if you're looking for the Ace of Pentacles, you're going to be successful in it. If that's a new job, if it's just a new venture, if it's a new way of living your genuine life, it looks pretty fantastic for you, Taurus, to tell you the truth. And the earth signs, the last few months it's been the water signs, but it's the earth signs this month that seem to be shaping up and getting the most positive readings. But don't forget, being your sun, being your true self, and don't stay away from any temptation to go down that road that leads to confusion, that leads to games. Just don't do it, Taurus, because there's no happiness to be found in it. I almost want to say stand in your power. Yeah, and take a deep breath. Very exciting month, guys. Lots of love. Bye.